Welcome to our class here. Let me introduce myself. My name is Mr. Ikram Mossad. I'm from Genius Academy. We will start today by the first unit here at our course book, Best of British. Best of British. Let's begin with reading vocabularies. Images, images, associate with, population, population, teenagers, teenagers, tend to, teens, teens, internet access, internet access, illegal, illegal, part-time job, part-time job, babysitting, babysitting, paper round, paper round, shop work, shop work, average, average, British, British, threaten, threaten, percentage, percentage, run away, run away from, run away from. Can you read it, Habiba?
Yes, of course.
Okay, dear.
Images associate with population, teenagers, tend to, teens, internet access, illegal, part-time job, babysitting, paper round, job work, average, British, Britain, earn, percentage, run away or run away from.
Bravo, bravo. Let's have a look at these examples containing all these words. What images do you associate with Britain? Images associate with. In Britain, people under the age of 16 are about 20% of the population. Most teenagers enjoy seeing friends and going to the cinema. Teenagers. Under 10% of 15 to 16 years old have the internet access at home. Internet access. It is illegal to work if you're under 13. Illegal. It is quite common for 10 to 16-year-olds to have a part-time job. Part-time job. The most common part-time jobs are babysitting and newspaper rounds. Babysitting and newspaper rounds. About 10,000 young people run away from home every year. Run away from. Let's have a look on these vocabularies about making new friends. Bond with, making friends with other persons. Feel left out, not to be included in a group. Feel left out. Fit in, feel like you belong to a group. Fit in, feel like you belong to a group. Join in, participate in activities with others. So fit in, join in, and the opposite is feel left out. Feel left out is the opposite of join in or fit in. Settle in, adapted to a new environment. adapt to a new environment. Okay, Habiba, read that.
Okay. Bond with, making friends with other persons. Feel left out, not to be included in a group. Fit in, feel like you belong to a group. Join in, participate in activities with others. Settle in, adapt to a new environment.
Bravo, bravo, Habiba, bravo. Examples with these vocabularies. I found it hard to fit in at my new school. See, I found it hard to fit in at my new school. Camps and picnics help the boys bond with each other so well. Yeah, bond with, connect with. Ahmed, come and join in. We're having great fun in the game. Join in. I sometimes feel left out because I'm not good at sport. See, left out. Mr. Imad's family settled in quickly to the new city they moved to. Settled in. Settled in. Given statistics and making generalizations, statistics, generalization, most, more and more, 1 in 5 equals 20%, a lot of, the majority of, just over 10%, just over 10% of, just under 10% of, over a quarter of, under a quarter of, more than half of, less than half of, about 2/3 of, around 2/3 of, about and around are the same, almost 2/3 of, also almost, around and about are the same. It's quite common or quite uncommon. Common means familiar, so it's quite common for. And uncommon means unfamiliar, so I can say it's quite uncommon for. And here is the opposite. Okay. Okay, Habiba, read words.
Okay. Statistics, generalization, most, more and more, 1 in 5 equal 20%, a lot of, the majority,
yes.
The majority of, just over 10% of, just under 10% of, over a quarter of, under a quarter of, more than half of, less than half of, about the thirds of, around the thirds of, almost 2/3. It is quite uncommon for or common for.
Bravo, bravo. Examples, most teenagers, most, as you know, means the majority, right? Most teenagers, majority of teenagers enjoy going to the cinema in their free time. Under 10% off, as you know, under means less than. I can't say under 10% off or less than 10% off. Younger teens have the internet access at home. It is quite common for school children to have a part-time job, More and more teenagers are using the internet, The majority of teens spend their money on mobile phone cards. Majority of. 1 in 4, 25% people under 19 are living with just one parent. 1 in 4, 1 in 4, 25%. Images of Turkey. Report, popular, interview, concerned, free time, activities, prefer to, as you know here, prefer related to preposition to, prefer to. I can say, I prefer English to French. See, prefer to. Hang out with friends, adults, aspect. Okay, come on, dear. You can read that.
Okay. Report, popular, interview, concerned, free time, activities, prefer to, hang out with friends, adults, aspect.
Travel. Okay. I interview with my friends to present what is popular in Turkey. Interviewed and popular. Take care. They interview concerned food, free time activities. Concerned free time activities. The majority of people like hanging out with friends. As you know, hanging out with means going out with. Hanging out with. The most surprising aspect of the report is that a large number of people don't like sports. Okay. A few people prefer basketball to football. See here, prefer to. Cultural influences. Influence, foreign, culture, trend, invade, immigrants, war tour, immigration. As you see, immigrants related to persons, and immigration is a noun in general. Immigrate is a verb. Population, number of people, population. Suburban, accurate. Representation, contemporary, or you can say contemporary. You can say it like that, contemporary, because we have two R's and a vowel sound in the middle. So it becomes silent and the two consonant sounds give just one sound. So I can't say contemporary directly. Serious issues. Therefore, race rights, dialect, so like accent. In public, inspire, stand out, immigrate, emotional, rhymical, Rhymical. Rhymical, it's like musical. Musical. Traditional. Traditional. Entertainment. Entertainment. Tah sound at the end becomes redundant. It's like not existed anymore. So we say entertainment. And ta in American accent is pronounced like a little that. See? Entertain. And this one also not existed. Entertainment. Okay. Continent. Continent. Adapt to. Adapt related to proposition 2. Adapt to. Street politics. Street politics. Environment. Environment. Okay, dear? One more time.
No.
Read it.
Okay. Influence, foreign, culture, trend, invade, immigrants, war-torn, immigration, immigrate, population, superpan, accurate, representation,
Contemporary.
contemporary, serious issues, perform, raise rights, delect, in public, inspire, stand out, immigrate, emotional, radical, traditional, entertainment, continent, adapt to, street politics, environment.
Bravo. Examples. Foreign cultures have great influence on Britain. Foreign cultures influence. See? Have influence on. Remember, have influence on. Many immigrants have come to Britain from war-torn countries. Immigrants, war-torn. Iraq, Afghanistan, and Bosnia. Bosnia means Bosnia. Are war-torn countries. See, war-torn countries, remember. The British are worried that immigration levels are too high. Immigration levels. The Black and Asian population in Britain is only 6%. Population, population, population in. The majority of Asian and Black people live in suburban Britain. Suburban Britain. East is East is a film that gives an accurate representation of life in Britain in the 1970s. Accurate representation. Accurate representation of West Indian culture and music inspired a number of British fans. Inspired is a verb. In the 1980s and 1990s, Asian artists began to stand out in Britain. Stand out means appear. Appear, stand out in Britain. Benjamin Zephaniah is a popular contemporary poet. See, contemporary poet who talks about serious issues in his poems. Serious issues in his poems. Well done. Some vocabulary notes here. Let's begin with most and the most. What is the difference between most and the most? Sorry. Most is the largest number of or the majority of. The largest number of or the majority of, this is most. For example, most teenagers like going to the cinema, or the majority of teenagers like going to the cinema. The most used with superlative adjectives, like here. The most common part-time job is babysitting. So the most, this is a superlative adjective, but most here means majority of. Enjoy, like, and hate. These three verbs and go followed by ing. So enjoy, like, hate, go. These words as verbs end in ing. These verbs are commonly followed by a verb in the ing form. For example, the majority of people like hanging out. See here, hanging ends in ing after the verb like. A large number of people hate watching. See, again, ing form after hate. Hate watching football matches. Most teenagers go shopping. Shopping here, ing form after go. Go shopping every weekend. Prefer noun to noun, or prefer ing form to ing form. Prefer something to something, or prefer doing to doing. For example, my friends prefer football to basketball. So football is a noun and basketball is another noun. Prefer noun to noun. Prefer something to something. Most teenagers prefer seeing, see, seeing, here is ing form, prefer seeing friends to watching, another ing form, another doing, to watching TV. So prefer ing form to ing form, prefer doing to another doing. Remember, okay. 15 to 16-year-olds. That means people who are between 15 to 16 years old. So people who are between 15 to 16 years old, we call them 15 to 16-year-olds in ACE, year-olds. Immigrate to and immigrate from. What is the difference between both? Immigrate to means to come into a country and start a new life. Immigrate to come into a country, to move to another country and start a new life. Immigrate from, to leave a country and live in another. So immigrate from, leave in a country to live in another. Immigrate to come and start a new life. So watch out. For example, many people immigrate from war-torn countries. See, immigrate from war-torn countries, leave war-torn country. People from war-torn countries immigrate to Europe. Yes, come to Europe. So watch out the difference, immigrate from and immigrate to. Prepositions: associate with, bond with, associate with, bond with, mix with. So bond with is as the same as mix with. Bond with equals mix with. Hang out with, hang out with. Stand out, stand out. Find out, find out. Find out means discover, and stand out means appear. Feel left out, ignored. Feel left out, ignored. Adapt to, accustomed to, adapt to. Tend to, settle in, settle in. To stay in a place, to live in a place, settle in. Join in, participate in, join in. One more time, Habiba.
Okay, associate with, bond with, mix with, hang out with, stand with, find out, stand out, find out, feel left out, adapt to, tend to, settle in, join in.
Bravo, dear, bravo. Fit in, at, fit in to. What is the difference between both prepositions? Fit in at, fit in to. In is a part of the verb fit. It says preposition in right here. It's a part of the verb fit. As you know, if one verb related or connected to a preposition, we call it a phrasal verb. So fit in is a phrasal verb, verb with preposition. Okay, what about at and to? Let's read examples. Benjamin Defania found it hard to fit in at his first school. So add here with places like school. Add is first school. The film is about fitting into a different culture. Here too with something like culture. With something like culture. So fit in at, fit in at, fit into, fit into, fit in at place, fit into something like culture. Let's do activities here. Come on, Habiba, choose the correct word in practice. You are given 4 choices in each phrase. Number 1.
The majority of teenagers like going to cinema. This means that the most of them like the cinema.
This means that most of them, not the most. Most
Why?
of them, okay?
Okay.
Most of them, because the most is a superlative adjective. I can't say the most dangerous, right? Now, this is a superlative adjective. But most of, remember, most of them. Number 2.
Common part-time job is babysitting. The majority.
A common part-time job is babysitting. What's your choice?
The majority.
No, my dear. Majority related to of. I can't say the majority of. No of right here. Huh?
The most.
Come on, Habiba. Think a little. Common here. Do you know the structure of this word? Common here, it's an adjective. An adjective. So we can use the most common, the most common. Now this is a superlative adjective, right?
Yes.
Yes, the most common. 3.
Many people immigrate war-torn countries, from war-torn countries.
Yes, immigrate. Huh? What's your choice?
From.
To. Immigrate from or to?
From.
From, yes. Bravo, my dear. Immigrate from war-torn countries. Bravo. Number 4.
Majority of young people like like to hang. The first choice.
Like what, Habiba?
To hang.
To hang. Oh, so sad, Habiba. Come on. I told you that like is a verb that has to be followed by ing form. Huh?
Hanging.
Yes. Like hanging. Like hanging. 5.
Most teenagers go every weekend. Go to shopping.
Yeah.
No.
Go what?
Go shopping.
Go shopping. Bravo, Habiba. Bravo. Go shopping. This is a collocation, right? Yes, verb related to noun. Go shopping. Okay. Okay. So, okay, wait, Habiba.
15 to 16 years please have part-time job. 15 to 16-year-olds.
Habiba, hold on.
Mr. Hello.
Okay, my dear. Number 6.
15 to 16-year-olds.
Olds, bravo, bravo, Habiba. Okay, Habiba. Now we are at the end of our class. I hope that you learned a lot today. Okay, and I wish to see you, inshallah, at our school. Any other questions, Habiba?
No, mister, thank you.
Okay, my dear, see you.
Thank you. Bye.